Alright, it's once again time for us to dive back into the world of building and surviving in our very own colony. We are here today checking out an early look at Settlement Survival, which is slated to release in October. Now, Settlement Survival is a Banished-like city building and management sim, which means we'll be responsible for every single aspect from landscape, farming, establishing trade routes, to even preparing your colonists for natural disasters. That being said, I would like to thank Gleamer Studio for supporting the channel by sponsoring this video. As you guys are aware by now, I treat my sponsored content like any other video. I just play a game, have a bit of fun, and hopefully entertain you guys along the way. None of my opinions should ever influence your decision one way or the other. However, if you do enjoy what you see here today, I will have a link for you in the description down below where you can wishlist this and even download a demo to play around with before the actual release. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing we shall be doing here is choosing what mode we'll be playing as. Now, for the purpose of this video, I will be doing standard because it basically covers everything and I get to show everything off to you. Now, once you get everything researched in standard mode, sandbox mode does unlock, which obviously gives you full reign. And what's kind of cool about this, we also have special scenarios in this game. Right now, Easter Island's already available. You guys could read about this down here. And apparently I get an achievement just by doing that. The full load. I got a full load for you right. Okay, so this right here is the map that was generated for us. So we could go ahead and score if we want to. We could also leave our friends behind. I'm kind of liking, obviously, along the water because that'll help us establish trade routes. Most of the trade routes will be based with seafaring, so we'll have boats roll up and we'll give them items and they'll give us special stuff for us to start planting. So we definitely want to have a route towards the ocean available. And to be honest with you here, we have livestock, a lot of livestock, to be honest with you, hunting points especially, and fishing area. And we have, you know, a lot of trees. We also got some mountains so we can start mining some silver and stuff like that. So you know what? I'm thinking we're going to be very hunt heavy. We're going to post up right over here. Works for me. Now over here we'll have the marketplace. Essentially, for when it comes to building your houses, it has to be within this radius. So it's, you know, closer to the delivery point of items because everything's going to be stored here in the warehouse, obviously, and you want those items to be moved to the houses around this radius. Now, when it comes to like hunting and camping lodges and, you know, foraging stuff, those you can put wherever you want to eventually, but the houses have to definitely be around this little area right here. So let's see, we're going to have 14 adults, no students, and 7 children to start off with. So that's roughly, I believe, a house if we come down over here. A house is for a family of 4, and obviously once they start, you know, getting down and dirty with the old bump and grind, they're going to want to move out, so you have to build more houses in order for them to expand. You know how it is, right? And what's kind of cool about this, we could also hit F to change the look of the house. So if I rotate this to tell us where the entrance is at, but a lot of games have these houses where they're all basically the same. Here you have a little variation too, so I kind of like that. Am I going to vary it? I'm not sure. My OCD might disallow me to do that because, you know, if everything's not the same, then, you know, I start freaking out a little bit. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. I know what the house is all about. As you cut down those things, we'll also collect the trees and whatever's around, but we could also make that happen a bit more quicker by going into commands, and these would be ores. So we actually need a lot of ores early on to get these houses up and running, so I definitely want to set a little rule here for that. Stone, not really too much, not really too important, I think, but early on I'll just do this, and then we'll also do a little bit of harvesting of trees. Around the area of the houses, I guess, would kind of be fine, so we know where our houses are at. There's nothing really kind of standing in the way. So we'll do something like that. So we're going to have a lot of tasks here set up early. Fishing boat we want to hold off on because this requires planks, and for the planks we need to actually get the sawmills, and then we have to do some research in order to get the upgraded sawmills, so that's going to take a while. So what we can do though is ore, because as we already saw, we have plenty of hunting spots over here. As a matter of fact, we got some wily buffaloes over here. You're about to be taken down, my friends. I'm about to make you go extinct myself. So that's going to be set up there. Let's also do a gathering area. This will be for wild vegetable and agave tequila. So, you know, we get a drink on because getting people drunk makes them happy. It keeps them happy in this game and they won't want to leave. So we want to put this generally where very mature trees are at. So I'm liking this area over here because I'm seeing like a bunch of, like, you know, gathering spots there anyway. So we'll set this bad boy like so. We're going to be doing logging camp. Taking down trees, replanting them, you know the entire routine at this point, right? we can actually set up tunnels in this game. So for instance, if we had like a mountain, let me unpause it, they're working. If we had like a mountain area like this over here through, for instance, down through here, right? Obviously they'd have to go all the way around, which is a problem, right? But if we go over the roads, we could actually set up tunnels. So we could actually put tunnels through the mountains to get us from here to here, which is honestly very, very cool if you ask me. Okay, so let's see. We have our timber over there. That's good. That's being amassed, and we have plenty of ore for the houses. Of course, you can see everybody freezing right now, but that's the reason why those houses are coming along. As a matter of fact, I'm going to also come over here and make this a priority so you guys stop jabbering at me. Oh, it's cold. Well, I mean, build the houses. Who told you to go work on the camps over here, huh? I'm not telling you to do that. That was your own decision right there. When you complete these tasks, by the way, they will give you some coinage, which is very good whenever the merchant on its way. He rolls up. I'm not sure if we'll be ready for the merchant right now, but if we see him, it is what it is. Next, it wants 2 standard fields. So, again, this will establish our farming if we want to. And I guess we shall, just to kind of get that. What we've done, though, is we've taken quite a few steps ahead of the game by building this, because it'll eventually want those things, but we've already done that. So standard fields will be 8 by 8. Then you could also do regular fields, which you establish the size that you want, right? But since the game really wants 8 by 8 right now, it's fine, and we'll work with it. Let's make the farming area like behind the houses here for now. I'm sure they'll love the smell of that manure, but hey, you guys gotta deal with it, right? I don't want to hear any complaints. But unfortunately, right now, we only have cabbage seeds. We could actually find more by whenever, well, technically speaking, if our gathering dude was available. This could actually forage seeds for us. It's about to be built, but it's fine. Early on, we do kind of want cabbage because it matures really fast. The production isn't very low, right? But it matures fast, so it's something that'll help us against the possibility of winter. Hey, look at this. What do you have, like alpacas here rolling by? Well, that's actually very important. I did forget about that, and obviously, it's quite important to have a water supply in town because, people tend to need water to survive, otherwise they perish. And we don't want that happening. So even though that's over here being built, that's over here being built, oh, you know what? We actually done good work. Over here, not so much because it's a bit of a longer trek. This one isn't so important, the logging camp, because we have plenty of trees right now. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to implore you guys to also prioritize Big Well after the house and then leave this here for last. Production-wise, we need to start working on sawmill because soon enough they're going to start complaining that, oh, we don't have enough fuel to burn and we're freezing. So for sawmill workshop, I'm going to probably put a sawmill workshop and then we'll put the upgraded version that gives us planks next to it. It doesn't really have to be too far because we're not actually hurting nature by having these here. So for now, we'll just place you right over there, not too far. Let's go to services here really quickly and let's do church and clinic. We'll eventually want to also set up a bat house so these people aren't running around stinking because that's how the plague can indeed start, this bad hygiene. But let's set up the church and we want this to cover the houses because that's going to give us the biggest boost, obviously. So we'll set the church right over here. Little holy place of worship for everybody. And the clinic, what God can't heal for you, well, you come over here to the witch doctor and he'll do his thing. Now that this is there, fuel reserves are low. Yeah, that's the reason why we might want to prioritize that right there because we're going to start complaining. Now, momentarily, we could actually even use cow dung or just animal dung in general to heat. Probably not the best thing because it might cause a stink in your house if you're over here burning poop in order to stay warm, but hey, it is what it is. Hunting cabin, let's see. So far, they were alpaca because we have alpaca meat that hasn't already been hunted. Let's see, right now we got 2 temporary workers, so it does seem that we're kind of stretched thin as it is. Normally you want to have a couple more because it means that there's other jobs being kind of taken care of. When you have more freed up people, obviously things get built faster because things move faster from one area to another one. So we did start off here in this particular role that we did with less people that I'm accustomed to. So that's gonna be a problem. I'm hoping some of these kids grow up at some point soon enough. Now we got 2 people here at the logging house. This is almost built. Almost built. I'm just not crazy about the amount of free people that we have. That's kind of hurting us a little bit here when it comes to doing that. Oh, we got new livestock though. So, what did we acquire? Buffalo! Yo, I knew it. Can we actually see you guys go out there and hunt? Who's my hunter over here? Chloe. We could also zero in on Chloe, and I believe we could take the citizen perspective as well. Okay, I need you to go kill for me, Chloe. Do not collect the mushrooms. You are a hunter, are you not? Yes, you are. I need you to kill. You going home? Unhappiness, yeah, I know. It's mainly because I'm going to say the health. So once we have the clinic up and running, it's going to rise that up. And also once we get... Church is fine because we're fine here. It's the clinic that we need for the health. And also once they start warming up, when we have the proper fuel to burn to warm the houses, that should also start going up right now. But average health levels are low. Strength consumption is increased. So right now everything is being a bit slowed down because of this. But again, it's a struggle early on. It's a matter of just preparing properly for it. This logging thing is finally going to be done here, which is fine. I think we could also see a rundown of everything, but if we do this, yeah. These children right now are really holding me back. Our fertility rate right now is a 66. I mean, I need you guys popping babies left and right. Gathering station, we already had that run. Hunting cabin already done. Sawmill workshop already done. Build 7 houses. Already done. Okay, boys, so winter is coming, and it's quite literally here, as you can see. I think it's getting kind of frosty anyway, so I'm going to assume it's month 10th of the year, so yeah, we're on that. How do years work? Well, technically we're November now. I guess it was October 1st, right? But here's our very first winter. We have luckily harvested when we needed to. Citizen injured. Ooh, what happened here? Oh, see what happened? You probably slammed that axe over here trying to make fuel for everybody into your own knee. Do we have fuel, by the way? Yes. Not exactly a lot, but we're getting up there. Now, don't worry, I know you're injured. Who is supposed to be injured? Albert. What's your injury, by the way? Could I tell that? I'm pretty sure I could. Oh, here we go. Foot fracture affecting health. I kind of want to start focusing a little bit on the blacksmith, which I did mention about. Repair shop will run around and fix anything that's broken, by the way. So it's not a bad thing to have, but I don't want to run out of tools and then be in a situation where over here waiting for tools to be built. So this requires 40, 20, and 20. So we have enough for that as well. We're going to put you right here. We're going to have to hold off on my aspirations of having the fisherman set up over there because we need the upgraded version of it. Speaking of which, I believe we should be able to pause momentarily here just to show you guys the research. Now, research, this could actually be sped up really quickly by building a bunch of university schools because it'll make everybody smarter, obviously. Okay, so if we go to construction, it'll be right here in Sawmill. So, unlock the Sawmill in the Water Sawmill. Sawmill more efficient at making domestic fuel than the Sawmill that we already have. Also processes timber into planks, so obviously we'll get a speedier version of making fuel. Another thing we can do is soap, which once we start fishing, the blubber gets to be turned into soap and blubber and fat. So let's also pick this up, and let's go to mining, which is kind of very important as well, especially when I start making some trade routes happening. We'll pick mining up. We will take open mines, obviously, and silver ore in particular, because that's going to be our very main focus when it comes to money early on. So we used up all of our 5 points, but that's fine. I think we unlock some good things right here. Okay, so our clinic is up and running. Our injury seems to have disappeared, so I think that either basically he manned up and he walked it off, or he eventually got over here and got the thing up and running. Our health is actually leveled up to normal, so we're not really too much at risk anymore with that. So once we get the bad house up and running in the soaps, it also pumped that up a bit more. So you know what? We've actually done fairly well. Nick's going to be our blacksmith here, it does seem. And what I want you to do is to make tools for us. You can also make stone tools and hand carts. How about that? No, let's stick to the iron tools here for now. So iron ore, which we have good amount, and timber. It's time for us to, either way, clear out the area around here because we have a bunch of trees that are obscuring my view, which really annoys me. So for now, work on that. And let's unpause and let's go ahead and clear out trees from here. Not too close over there because we have the gathering station as well. But something like that works for me. And something like that works for me as well. As a matter of fact, we'd also clear out a lot through here just because this is going to be where we kind of extend our farming area eventually. Let's collect some ore while we're at it because we need that for the tool processing. Okay. Now how's our stone? Our stone is actually very low. So good thing I just spotted that because we have some here and we have some here. So right now let's just focus a bit on, as you can see, the ice is disappearing. Let's focus on now just kind of rebuilding our resources up. We were able to survive the winter fair enough. Food available. Everything's looking pretty good here. And blacksmith's doing his thing. With this done, let's go over to what I'm looking for is not the mining just yet, but I'm looking for saw workshop. There it is, the sawmill. The actual sawmill, not the workshop. So this one, again, we'll also place right here. This will be kind of like our industrial little area. Not something I really want to worry about right now, roads, but let's just show off how it technically would work. Again, it's something they have to stop to build those, so the road doesn't just magically appear because I set it there. They actually have to build a thing, which is going to take up, man hours. And right now we got more important things to worry about than roads, but they are there. At least let's give, I suppose, our village like a little bit of semblance of a village by having some roads. Sure, I suppose that's a valid argument on your part. And by your part, I'm you that's watching right now. You in particular. I'm speaking to you. It's creepy, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Okay, so there it is. That's at least for here, just to kind of move around over there. I technically do want roads leading to these areas, but, whatever. I don't necessarily want to devote the manpower for that. Oops, one thing I forgot to do is this, which is very important now that ground is a frozen solid. You guys need to go back to doing that. 2 freed up people, huh? Planks, do we have planks? Let me go into construction materials. No. We have 8. Okay. So you know what? Let's actually just start moving all the other stuff we're going to need for the fishing area anyway. So I think for that we need food, fishing boat, and let's rotate my boy for here. And 52% water. Citizen has been injured. Who's injured? What happened to you now? Ken the cleric has been injured. How? You're over there with God the entire day. Has God struck you, Ken? Is that what's happened here? You could talk to me, okay? We'll take you to a room and we'll have a one-on-one situation, okay? He's got a foot fracture. That's a shame. The repair workshop. We're gonna have this bad boy. I guess for now, the proper path for it seems to be right here. Oh, look at this. You seen this fence aligned with those? It's not aligned. That's the reason why I had to put that extra road. And now it's bugging me. Oh, the OCD. Oh, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. Okay, road. Down through here. There. Oh, it's killing me. What's the problem here? Oh, you're upgraded now, so you need a task, yes. Well, obviously our fuel... How's our fuel at? Oh, 226, not bad. Well, since we're making planks over there, you then focus on the fuel. Okay, and our repair shop is indeed now working. It's being apparently run by Julie. The only problem again, though, is that, as you can see, we're now down to 1 freed up worker. Oh, these kids over here are taking forever to grow up. Grow up already, become useful members of society. You're busting my balls. Okay, and it seems that our fishing area is also going to be finally set up over here, so let's also get a nice road to it, I would say. Let's see here. I guess we'll probably make a couple more houses over there. This is what you want to do, huh? Live right next to the fishing area. Oh, can you imagine the smell? Imagine the smell. I'm not sure if you can continue fishing during winter. I think you can, but I'm not sure if it's like, certain games allow you to. Some basically make it obsolete. You no longer do that. I thought this was like the littlest worker of all time. But it's just a child. Look at the size perspective we have happening here. Isn't that like blowing your mind? It blew mine right now. I mean, it kind of seems, even though it's weird, with a regular sized human compared to the cabbage, it just felt a lot more weird. Like, it basically stood out to me when I saw a little child there. Distillery. You want me to get my people drunk? Nah, I suppose. We already have enough injuries happening as it is. Sure, let's get them, whiskeyed up as well. I'm sure that's going to definitely lower the amount of injuries that happen over here when people are just logging and mining drunk off their mind. Let's see here. For that, I think we need services, correct? Yeah. No. It's actually in production. Distillery is what it wants, right? Yes. Yeah, we have enough for it. I mean, technically speaking, we have 198 beverages, so our people haven't necessarily been boozing it up so much. But now that I guess we have the distillery, it's definitely going to be means to do so, I would say. Let's go ahead and put that like right through there. It's pretty good for me. Our wood supply is thinning down, but again, I've pulled loggers from here quite a bit as it is, so I'm not surprised. We only have one person logging over there, so yeah, it's on me. I mean, the thing that's holding us back, really, it's kind of turning now into that weight game where we kind of got things set up properly, where we're kind of good, we're now stable. But now we got to wait for some of these little scoundrel children to grow up so we can give them some jobs and, be parts of society, help us out properly. So I am going to go ahead then and wrap it up here for this one. At least I felt I've given you a pretty good representation of what Settlement Survival is all about. Really fun. Again, if you're into Banished, I think you'll definitely be at home here for this one. Get to work. I would have loved to have done a little bit of trade route establishment, but just didn't have enough time to actually get to that point. As you can see, he's all the way here the next year, so it's gonna be a while for that one. Oh, there he is, as a matter of fact. This guy is the one who would have, think, traded with us, and we had a, fishing port for that. Or not a fishing port, but a trade out port. Either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All the information down below, as I've mentioned, comes out this month, and currently there is a demo you can download and mess around with and see how you can survive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.